I love my job, but it's killing me. Those are the words that would go through my head all the time when I'd be walking those cold, dark mornings from my car to my classroom door, um, for that zero period class that you're there for early, even though you'd just been at school the night before for a basketball game or a concert or a fundraising meeting or some other event. If you're a music teacher, that probably sounds familiar. My name's Leslie Moffat, and I wrote the book, I Love My Job, But It's Killing Me, because I was that person, that band director who was building a program and doing everything she wanted to do, but it started to have some real impact on my personal health and well-being. So what I want to share with you today are some things that I have learned, because I know how challenging it can be to do all the things you want to do as a teacher and to still take care of your health. So let me ask you a question. You got stress? I do right now because I just lost my PowerPoint picture so that I can see what's going on. But that's okay. As long as you can see what I'm showing you, you got stress. How does stress show up? Let's talk about that. Maybe it's anxiety, depression, exhaustion. Maybe you're at an unhealthy weight, or you've got some aches and pains that just don't seem to go away. Or there's chronic sickness and pain. Maybe you resort to self-medicating, whether that's over-the-counter meds, seeing your doctor to get additional medication, or numbing things with a little extra glass of wine or a beer in the evenings. Acting out, snapping at people or cutting someone off when you're driving. People who are stressed start to disengage from their school and family and friends in life. Does this sound familiar? There's a fear of failure. We bring on this stress. We love our jobs, and what if we don't do a perfect job and something falls through the cracks? That's a lot of stress. When that happens, our behavior and social skills can suffer because we're operating from this fight or flight mode that we get in. And it becomes so much harder to teach and to learn when we're under stress. Remembering and applying knowledge is hard, if not impossible, when we're dealing with stress. I got to the point, and I see it in students all the time, where apathy sets in, where you just say, I can't get it all done. I can't do it. Maybe I should stop caring. Performance at work and its grades can suffer. We become socially withdrawn. We don't reach the potential that we know we can reach or that we used to want to reach. Maybe we stop having potential goals even, because stress does that to us. By the way, these symptoms show up in students and in teachers and in parents. They showed up in me in the process of trying to do something to build a band program, where I had students that would have a strong sense of commitment and compassion and community and curiosity. I wanted to build more than just great bands. I wanted to build a whole sense of community. I live in the community I serve. This is more than just a job. I wanted to create a student-centered atmosphere program with a student-centered atmosphere. Strong leadership from students existing at all levels. I wanted significant parental support to be present. High retention rates needed to exist year after year. And I wanted us to be respected in the school and community, and that to be demonstrated by a program of excellence. And that's what I helped create with my students and community over the years. But what I struggled with was how to do all this and stay healthy while raising 3 of my own kids. That means those buns were in the oven. I was teaching full-time, building the babies in my belly, nursing them, then having toddlers, raising more babies, and taking care of schools and other people's kids and everything. And that came at a great cost. I'm going to do a quick stop share because I'm not sure I'm sharing the right screen. Just in case you haven't seen what I've done, I'm going to pull up the thing I intended to be sharing. Maybe you've been seeing it. Anyway, I was having some technical difficulties. What I want to show you is where I was in July of 2017, after years and years and years of building up this program that meant so much to me and to my community. This is not a happy or healthy woman or teacher or mom. That's somebody who's exhausted and tired and stressed. Somebody who's had 12 major surgeries because the pain from the back and neck and hip and both foot issues required reconstructive surgery. I was way overweight. I was 75 pounds heavier than I am now. I had restless leg syndrome. My legs kicked every night when I laid down to go to sleep. I was on 14 prescription medications at the same time. Oh my God, to cover up these symptoms and to help with other symptoms. And some of the symptoms I dealt with were attention deficit disorder. Who wouldn't if you're with 300 teenagers a day and all those instruments, right? Depression, diagnosed with anxiety, insomnia, and the list goes on and on. I was working 12 to 14-hour days, and I felt like I could never get everything done. So tired, I'd come home from work and just collapse. Not Mother of the Year stuff when you're so tired and worn out. I had big learning curve, and after a lot of struggle and a lot of stress and watching my dear friend die, I did something different. And this was me in January of 2019, and this is me now. I am now energetic, refreshed, and even-tempered. And I've gone from all the surgeries that I've had and everything to now being pain-free. I'm at a healthy weight, so my joints don't hurt all the time when I'm carrying around the extra weight. My legs have stopped kicking at night. I'm off all 14 of those prescription pills I had been on for all those other symptoms because I don't have the symptoms anymore. I've learned to get healthier and become more focused. I'm nearly symptom-free with depression and anxiety. I manage those now. I sleep like a baby, and I no longer work 14-hour days. I'm uber efficient with managing my time and my workload. That's been a long time in the coming. And what I've learned through this whole process is that I was not able to be the teacher that my students needed until I took care of my own self. When I modeled busyness and doing stuff and overbooking myself and being exhausted to my students, I was putting them in the same position. They mirror us. And so I had to get my own self healthy to save my own life. And in the process, what I learned is that other teachers need that too. So I wrote my first book. And I'm proud to say I just finished my second book and have gone from loving my job but having it kill me to being able to share with you the tools I have now learned that have allowed me to say I love, or how you can love your job but lose the stress. And all best intentions inside, and because you love your job and you want to do it, how can you do that and lose the stress when there are so many obstacles in your way? I did a survey just recently, and the first 121 people that got back to me isolated. Look at this here. We've got like 80% of the people here saying their own physical health is impacted by the long hours and stress of their jobs. That they're unable to get most of their job-related duties completed in the designated workday. This was me all the time. Even if I'm at work, and not at work, my mind is constantly thinking about the students there and the things I need to do for work. And I'm bombarded by that never-ending to-do list. And so it was really always hard for me to relax and recharge. And so my body couldn't renew itself. By the time I'm finished with my workday, I'm often too exhausted mentally or physically to hang out and be with your own kids. Look at that, 77% of us. That makes me sad. But I know what that feels like. And I don't want people to struggle with that anymore. So what I want to do today is offer to share with you the tips that you can download right now and today that helped me go from unhealthy and scared that I wasn't going to be able to stay in my teaching job because it was taking such a toll on me, to now feeling like my students and I are in a place where teaching is joyous again. We're all less stressed. We all feel better, we're learning better, and it's been absolutely phenomenal. And I want to share that with you. The same stuff I do in my band director boot camp is now available, or has been put down into my new job, Love the Job, Lose the Stress, in my new book, on my new job. And I'm offering today, anybody that puts in the chat your name and email address, I'll put you in a drawing, and I will send you, the winner will get a hard copy of the book itself. And anybody who puts a name and email in that chat, I will send you an ebook right away of my book, I Love My Job, But It's Killing Me. And you'll be on my advanced reader copy to get in probably 4 to 6 weeks, a pre-copy, but long before it goes out as an ebook, the new book, Love the Job, Lose the Stress, where you're going to learn the secrets that I discovered in my long and hard health journey to help me go from being that stressed out teacher who almost had to leave this job she loves so much to now loving my job, having lost that stress. Let me share what I've learned with you. Give yourself that gift. It will cost you nothing to find some tools that you can take into your classroom to get you back to being that badass band director you were born to be. My name is Leslie Moffitt. I'm the founder of the Empowered Music Educator Academy, and if you'd like to reach out in any other way, it's Leslie, Lesley, at Empowered, the letter M, the word powered, Powered, educator, educator.com. Leslie at empowerededucator.com. Shoot me an email if you'd like to talk about what's in my book before I have it out there, and I can hook you up. It's been a joy. Steve, I want to thank you for inviting me to be part of your book launch. I wish you well. Thank you, my friend.